Yo, what's going on YouTube, and welcome back to another Minnesota Twins discussion video, Minnesota Twins talk video today. There is no Twins game. It was postponed until tomorrow. Many of you already know that, I'm sure. But just in case you haven't, and you're wondering why is this video coming out instead of a game review, that is why. There will be two tomorrow. So, I really want to talk about this. I kind of talked about it a little bit in the other Twins video, the last Twins discussion, Twins talk video I did, about our pitching, right? Our bullpen's been struggling. Our starters haven't been great. What do we do about it? And basically, I'm going to be giving you what Rocco Baldelli is doing about it and why I think it's wrong. I'm just going to say that and put it out there. I think what he's doing is wrong and he needs to fix it. So let's go through this. So the Twins are obviously not the Yankees. They're not the Red Sox. They're not Cleveland. They're not, the Dodgers. They are not a team that has ever really competed because of their pitching. The last couple of years, obviously, we haven't competed like at all, but recently we've gotten a little better, right? We made a lot of trades this offseason, but we're still not Cleveland's pitching staff, or especially their starters, even though their bullpen is a little bit worse. We're not focusing on that, right? We're focusing on hitting, trying to outscore the opponents, and that's fine. That's not what I'm complaining about. The thing I'm a little worried about is when we're giving up 5 runs an inning, that puts so much pressure on our offense, we're losing games, and we're not being able to come back. I mean, we're answering, but then we give up, another home run or another 5-run inning or something like that. It goes out of our hands, and we lose. Perfect example of that was the Blue Jays, the Mets, the Phillies. Every game we lost, we gave up 5 runs in an inning, or pitching really struggled. I mean, Chase DeYoung, for example, couldn't get an out. Took him 35 pitches to get an out. Vasquez didn't even get an out. Hit a guy, walked 2 guys. I mean, problems, right? But like I said, we're not Cleveland. We don't have that starting pitching staff. We're not the Yankees. We don't have that much money where we can just go buy a bullpen. So what do? Well, I'll tell you what Rocco Baldelli's doing here. I wrote it down. It was a quote. I don't have to go up to the guys and talk to them. They know what they need to fix. You know what I think of that? I think that is the worst thing you could do, is to not help your pitchers. I mean, I get what he's saying, right? He's saying, these guys, they're major league players. They got to this level because they had good stuff. They know that they are struggling. Gibson, he knows that he gave up 5 runs. I mean, Chase DeYoung knows it took him 35 pitches to get an out. Vasquez knows he didn't get an out. That kind of thing. He understands that. So do I. I think it's great that, these guys made it to the majors. Congratulations. But in order to stay here, you got to figure it out. And I don't think they're going to figure it out on their own. That is why you have a pitching coach. That is why you have players in positions to teach and learn things from other people. That is why there is literally a video production crew to watch every single pitch a pitcher throws, to fix them, to help them. And then Baldelli's over here saying, they can do it on their own. I think that is completely wrong. I'm not saying, because there was a little bit of a debate between, who was it? Bramer and, it might have been Morris, or maybe it was Morneau at the time, the two Twins announcers. And they were talking about, is this the right approach? And I think it was Jack Morris, because he was a pitcher. And it was like Bramer asked him and said, hey, what did you do when you were in a struggle? Did you want to be left alone, or did you want, guys coming up to you, teaching you how to do it? And he was entirely for getting help, watching some video, going to see, what he can do better. Is he falling off on his slider? Is he moving? Is he tipping his fastball a little bit? Is he just missing his fastball? Is his location out front too much? Is he falling off? The pitchers aren't going to be able to do that by themselves. And just to say, oh, yep, Gibson gave up 5 runs, he's going to learn from that and not do it again. What are you doing as a manager? Isn't that your job? Is to figure out how to put the best team out there? By just telling them to go do it is ridiculous. So here's my solution. Obviously, take what they said about the video, go watch it. Perfect example, Blake Parker could not find his splitter. to start the year. I mean, you saw it. Don't need to relive it, but lost the game against Cleveland, the second game of the season. Third game of the season? One of the games. Lost it, right? Lost it. Because he threw 2 splitters to the backstop. And the guy got to third, it's not Tim Allen. Whoever the Allen guy is, hit a deep fly ball to center field, scored the run. 1-0 or 2-1, whatever the score was, and we couldn't walk it off. Right? Then he struggled again in Philly or against the Mets or Kansas City, Detroit. He struggled again. But here's the thing. There's a big but in this. He went in the video room before his last game against the Blue Jays, I think when they actually won the game, and guess what? He found it. And guess what? They realized that, you know what? He doesn't have to be super effective with it because it's the same angle. I kind of talked about this in that Twins review video from that day. Basically, the splitter and the fastball come from the same angle. You don't have to spike the splitter in order for it to be effective. So obviously, what they saw was he was getting too far out front. That's why it went in the dirt. That's why it went to the backstop. All he said, I got to fix it. He got pitching help. He got video help so that he could see, oh yeah, I don't have to throw the splitter in the dirt in order to get the guys out. I throw it, a little bit outside, a little bit low. That's fine. Go right back at it with the fastball. All I got to do is locate the fastball. And then he got his curveball working as well. I mean, dude, the guy could be unstoppable. That's what I'm saying. He's not going to know that on his own. He's just, okay, my splitter's not working. I'll fix it, right? Nobody can do that. And I'm not saying that maybe, they're not, getting help, right? Obviously, that's why the pitching coach is there. That's why the video is there. But for Baldelli to just be like, you know what, they'll fix it on their own is just a terrible approach. And I want to know what you guys think. I mean, that's just my little spiel on it. Just saying they know what to fix is not going to fix anything. What in particular about everybody on that bullpen's got some sort of problem, right? For example, Blake Parker couldn't get his splitter to work. I mean, that's pretty much all I know. Pineda couldn't get his slider to work in the game yesterday, the 4th game against the Blue Jays. Hildenberger, I mean, maybe he's coming way over the side, tipping off a pitch. Everybody needs a little thing that can be tweaked. I just don't see what, I'm just confused here. By Baldelli just saying they know what to fix, they'll fix it. It's not fixing anything. And that's why I think, honestly, that's why we're here right now at 9-7. Because we're not fixing anything. We're just saying, yep, they'll go, they'll learn. They'll learn from it. It's a long season. They'll learn from it. Well, guess what? When you're 12 games out in the middle of May, you're not going to be able to come back and win a title. Titles aren't won in April, but they're lost in April. I tell you what, talk to the Twins and the rest of the AL Central last year about that. They're lost in April. If we don't start fixing this now, we're going to be looking at the All-Star break 35 games back of Cleveland again. Or maybe Detroit, if they continue to be hot. Or, Kansas City could figure it out and get up there. And if we're just sitting on the back burner, just saying, hey, they'll learn eventually, what are we doing? Like I said, video is the best thing that you can do. There's pitching coaches there. What do you guys think? I mean, are there other ways? I mean, that's what I'm trying to get at here. What are the other ways that they can learn? Because just by doing it and going out there getting, obviously practice is important, but to go out there and pitch every day, you're just going to keep making the same mistakes unless you learn. And for Baldelli, just push it aside. I'm not saying, okay, here. I'm not really saying he's just pushing it aside, but just to say, okay, when they get out there tomorrow, they're not going to throw their slider. What does that do? Like Blake Parker, his fastball is really working. And I mentioned this in one of those other videos. His fastball is really good on the corners, but it's only 92. That splitter keeps hitting the ground. Okay, 2 things are going to happen. Every time I see a low ball, a low pitch, I'm not going to swing at it. I'll sit on that fastball. Or 2, like I said, you just become so, repeating that fastball, you hit it. And just say, okay, Blake Parker, go out there, don't throw your splitter. Fix that. Don't throw it. What does that do? So that's just a little bit of information that I know long video here, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Besides the video, besides the pitching coach, what else could they do? Because obviously just letting it go and saying they'll do it on their own and go practice it is not going to work. So I want to know what you guys think. Obviously, I think this is why the bullpen starters have been struggling. I don't know if they're getting what they really need to out of Baldelli right now, and I hope he fixes it, soon. Like I said, trophies aren't won in April, but they could be lost, and I don't want to lose this year again, especially with all the talent that we've brought in. So I don't know, but I want to know what you guys think for sure about this and that quote. So let me know down in the comments below, and we can have a discussion about it. That's why the series is called Minnesota Twins Talk, Minnesota Twins Discussion. Okay, that's all I got. Make sure to come back tomorrow for another video, and hopefully 2 game recaps. But other than that, that's all I got. Make sure to come back tomorrow. We'll see you then.